So this meditation is intended for anybody who's struggling with any physical symptoms. It could be from any chronic illness or stress-related condition, anything where we find ourselves struggling with some physical symptoms. And it can be nervous system related, it can be pain related, it can be fatigue. Doesn't really matter. This meditation is going to be aimed at techniques for symptom relief and giving ourselves the time to stop and not be so busy and on the go and having to do and manage and fix. So I invite anybody who's listening to this to give yourself some space now to sit or lie down. Just get yourself into a position where you're comfortable but kind of alert. It's okay if during this meditation you feel tired or sleepy and you just want to rest. That's absolutely fine. There can be benefit to doing meditation in a state of alertness, but if our intention is just to rest, then that's absolutely okay as well. So just get comfortable. And let's start this by taking a few deep breaths. Just take a deep breath in through the nose. And just relax on the out breath. Let it out through the mouth. You can even make a audible noise as you sigh out. Just letting your body relax. Now we don't need to control our breath. We can just let it kind of happen as it does. And let's just invite ourselves here that this isn't a period for having to get anything right. In this period of sitting that we've carved out for ourselves, we've already done the hard work here. Kind of give yourself a pat on the back for taking out some time to just sit and be, to really give yourself the space to not do and be busy. Is a real act of self-compassion. It can be a brave act, sometimes we're afraid to sit and feel what's here if we're not distracting. So often when we come to sit to meditate, the mind can want to get it right. It can feel the need I need to do the right technique to fix my symptoms. And if I don't meditate right, there's consequences. That's not the aim here. The aim here is to give ourselves a rest. So it's okay. If the mind is trying to do things right, then it's okay. We can say thank you to the part of us that is trying to manage. It does a big job all day long trying to control the various aspects of living in the world. And it can be exhausting. It can be stressful. And that's not needed here. It's okay if it pops up, if the mind starts worrying and producing thoughts. That's okay. We don't need to fight it. So let's just start by, giving ourselves some space and letting ourselves off the hook. For the period of this meditation, you don't need to plan. You don't need to worry about the future or the past. Thoughts come up about either. That's fine. We don't need to fight with them. It's completely unnecessary to fight with thoughts. The mind just produces thoughts, and if we fight with them, we're creating unnecessary struggle for ourselves. So if thoughts come up, they're just as welcome as anything else. It's just important to realize that we don't have to completely identify with the thought. It can be a real relief if the thought comes up saying, oh, I'm not getting this right, I'm stressed out, I'm feeling too tense, I've got all these symptoms. And then when we see that's just a thought, that's just an object of experience that arises and passes on its own. And it's only a problem when we believe that it is true, that that thought is true about my current experience, or when we get into a battle with the thought. Oh, that's a thought, but that shouldn't be, I shouldn't be thinking, I need to get rid of thoughts. That's just another thought. It's just a thought battling with a thought, and we've taken identification with one of them. So no need for that. Let the thoughts, if the mind wants to think, let it think. But don't identify with the thinking. And sometimes that will calm the mind when we realize I don't have to push and pull on thought. So as we become aware of our internal experience, let's just bring our attention to anything that feels like a problem in our experience. Anything in the body that feels like it shouldn't be there. That could be a symptom of, something like a headache, tightness somewhere in the body, in the chest, feeling out of breath, feeling wired and anxious, feeling tired. Any of that, let's just see where we're labeling the problem, what shouldn't be here. And instead, see if we can explore it with a relaxing kind of openness. So if I just invite a little bit of relaxation into any part of the body where I feel tense or contracted or struggle. And again, we don't have to try and get this right. It's just an invitation to relax. No need to hold tension. Just slowly kind of let things go a little bit. Often we're holding on and we don't even realize it. There's parts of the body where we're so tense. It could be the forehead, could be the scalp, could be the jaw. All of these areas just invite relaxation. Just, again, it's not a forcing. We're not trying to get rid of anything. We're not trying to fight with tension. We're just saying, what if I relax into this area? Often we hold a little tension behind the eyes. You can just invite the eyelids and the eye sockets to relax. Relax the back of the head. Kind of inviting release to any parts of the body that feel like it's holding on. We can just allow ourselves to rest more and more into the sensations in the body, sensation of the body. Whichever areas kind of feel prominent to us, we can maybe explore this through a gentle scanning of the body. But this doesn't have to be a perfect scanning or a forced scanning. It's just a light exploration of sensation that we often overlook. We're often so bound up in the thoughts. We're so bound up in the reactions to the sensations, in the beliefs about the sensations. Oh, this is what I'm feeling, and I'm feeling this because I did that, and now this means this, and that means that. And that's all this abstract kind of interpretation of some pure physical sensation. So let's get towards the other end of the spectrum and just realize that there's so much going on in the body that we overlook. And it can be quite a curious exploration. Sometimes it's uncomfortable at first because we have so much energy focused on getting away from the body. When our identity is so bound up in reaction and resistance and mental concepts, there's often a lot of energy going into not feeling the body. And that's often the case when we have symptoms. Sometimes the body's calling for attention. So if it's uncomfortable at first, that's okay too. We're not forcing anything here. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind. Just allow. Allow attention to explore wherever it's been called. Maybe it's sensation in the feet, touching the floor. What if I just explore the sensation and drop a little bit of the interpretation? Just slowly start to open ourselves to the other end of the spectrum. Well, what is the sensation? Whatever sensation it is that's feeling prominent, we could put our attention in the feet, could be sitting in a chair, our bum making contact, could be our hands. But what are any of these sensations without interpretation and labels? Just a gentle invitation to pay more attention to the experience. Maybe it's contraction in the chest, sense of anxiety, sense of unease in the stomach. Even that sensation, if we kind of breathe into it, anything that's really uncomfortable, we can just invite ourselves to breathe into it, and then on the out breath, what if I just relax that area a little bit? Anything that feels tight and struggle, what if I can relax into that? Breathing specifically into that area. Instead of trying to run away from it, what if I go deeper into that experience with a light openness? and an invitation to allow whatever comes up. If the mind produces thoughts, that's absolutely fine. You can just notice when we get caught up in thought, and then we notice, oh, I'm thinking. Realize that, oh, part of us kind of snapped out of it and realized that we were lost in thought. And what if I kind of give that a sense of appreciation? But instead of judging ourselves and saying, oh, I always start thinking when I'm supposed to be meditating, that's just believing the next thought. What if we just appreciate that, oh, there were thoughts, and then at some point I realized that that was a thought. So as we sit and feel, realize that there's nothing that we need to run away from, nothing that we need to get rid of. It's just a kind of surrendered sitting. And anytime we notice any sort of struggle or resistance, we can just open our kind of allowance to that experience itself. Even that is innocent. Even that is just something in our experience. So if there's a part of us that feels really uncomfortable and just wants to stop meditating or whatever, just offer that. Okay, that's the part of me that's resisting. That's really just resistance arising in my experience. The thing that's saying, no, can't feel this. No, don't like this. Oh, okay. That's allowed too. What if I don't even have to get rid of resistance? I don't have to get rid of a thought. I don't have to get rid of fear. I don't have to get rid of doubt. Doubt thoughts saying, I can't meditate. Whenever I meditate, I get it wrong. My mind is too busy. All of these kind of doubts that we're not doing it right. It's just doubt. It's just a thought, but one that we believe so strongly. It doesn't even occur to us to not have to do anything about it. And then we can just return attention to the body. Maybe it's the sensations of the breath. Just lightly in the abdomen. See if we can explore the sensation from within. Often we feel like I am apart from the sensation, observing it. The breath is down there, or the feet is down there. What if we just open ourselves to a different exploration? What would it feel like to explore sensation from within the sensation? And if there's dark thoughts, it's just another thought. Nothing to do about it. Just gently bring attention back to sensation and see if we can explore it from the perspective of the sensation. What if I feel sensation just closer? Not as if I'm holding sensation at a distance, but what does it feel like to just explore that sensation from within? Just an invitation. There's no right or wrong. It's an exploration of a more direct experience. And we can just keep allowing ourselves to let go. What if I just keep letting go? Don't need to hold on to any kind of perspective. Don't need to hold on to kind of any identity. Don't need to hold on to sense of who I need to be. I can just allow experience to lead and let go of anything that we're adding on top of it. Just an invitation to stop and just be what you already are. Just be. No need to add anything more. And if the mind gets confused, wants to do something with that, it's just the nature of thoughts. Just let them come and go. Just allow yourself to let go of any need to control. It's okay, whatever is here, it's okay. You're not doing this wrong. Thought might say that, but that's just a thought. Just let it bubble up. Maybe we get caught up in it and then see it's just a thought, nothing to do. Maybe we can get curious about thought. Where does it feel like the thought arises? Just as an exploration of experience. We're always bound up in the content of a thought. We don't often explore the experience of thought. fact that a thought just appears, feels like us, and then it's on to the next. But can I just explore, get curious about the experience of thinking? It can be quite mysterious indeed. And the mind can produce any thought. Could say, oh, what does it mean to explore thinking? Okay, that's a thought. What's it feel like? How did I even know that I had a thought? There was something in your experience. Where did it feel like that was? Don't worry if there's doubt. Just invite yourself to explore the experience rather than the content of thinking. And then let go. No need to do. And if we notice the body tensing up at all, we notice ourselves getting contracted, just invite relaxation. Invite a sense of ease, gentleness, wherever. No need to get rid of anything. If tension is prominent, tension is prominent. But just see if we're adding anything on top of that. Anything that we don't need to hold on to. Just stop. And as we end this off, you can carry on sitting if you're comfortable to. Stay as long as you like. Allow yourself to just be without the need to be anything in particular. But if we're coming to an end with the meditation, for these last few minutes, just see if you can let go a little bit more. See if there's a part of you that's hoping for the end of the meditation so you can go and do something else. See if you can just let go. Let whatever happens happen. Let the mind grow wide. Don't impose any imagined boundaries. There's no need to think or not think or whatever the mind wants to do. Just for this little last bit, there's nothing you need to do or not do. Just see if you can let go of any need for anything to be any way. And that means not fighting with anything that arises. It can be thoughts, doubts, anything. tension, struggle. It's all innocent. Okay. If we're finishing here, slowly open your eyes if they were closed. Give yourself the chance to slowly adjust and move as you're ready to. And just see if you can integrate back into your day with a sense of curiousness to whatever arises. And a sense of openness. All the best.